Hey trail travelers, this is Carrie, and today we're going to take a look at one of the Smittybilt air compressors. So stay right there. We'll be right back. Now, if you've watched one of my other videos, you know that I had picked up a Viair air compressor, and one of the main selling points for me was its very high duty cycle, and I could just put it on, I could run the thing all day, no problem, air up the tires. Problem was, it's kind of slow, and I hadn't really done the right research. I looked at the wrong specs. What I got was 2.5 cubic feet per minute. And when you're going from the 33s up to the 37s like I did, that's a lot more air you need to put in these tires when you've aired down, and 2.5 cubic feet per minute takes a while. So I started doing some more research, and I found one of the Smittybilt compressors, and it does 5 cubic feet per minute. So it's twice as fast as the Viair. Doesn't have as much of a duty cycle, but when you're not running it for so long, because it's faster, it works out okay. So let's take a look. Okay, here's the compressor, and it's very heavy duty. The finish is good. I've got no real complaints about the compressor. It does the job. It has an anti-vibration plate, so when you have to put it on sand or gravel, it's not sitting there shaking and digging itself in. I can put it on my front bumper, and it's got nice big thick rubber pads on here, so it's not going to scratch anything up. And yes, it does fill the tires fast. You have a circuit breaker reset here and a sealed on-off switch. So that's kind of it on terms of the features of the compressor itself. In terms of tools, it has your positive and negative clamps. You have a nice long air hose, and on my JLUR, I can easily fit it to all 4 tires when it's sitting on the front bumper. For attaching to your tires, it has a screw-on connector. Works well. I don't have any complaints about that. And it has a built-in gauge. Now, what I'm going to say about this gauge is it is worthless. It is so far off that it might as well not even be there. It is in no way, shape, or form anywhere near reality when it comes to it. I can have the tires filled up to about 42 psi, and this will register 25. So big disappointment on the gauge there, and I don't know what's up with that. I'm going to contact Smittybilt and ask them what's going on, because it is absolutely worthless as a gauge. So that being said, it is about half the price of the Viair. So if the only thing I have to deal with is a bad gauge, whatever, I can live with that. I watch the dash, I wait till it gets to a certain point, and I shut it off. So not a big deal. Okay, here's the bag everything comes in, and there's plenty of room for the compressor, the hose, everything, and I still have my deflators in here, so plenty of room. No negative on that. It is a kind of a canvasy kind of like. It's on the cheap end, and I will say the very first time I took this out, it got a little rip in it, and the quality is just not that great on this bag. It's going to last me for a while. No, I'm sure it's not going to end up being a major ordeal, but in comparison to the Viair, which had a really heavy duty canvas that will probably last forever, this Smittybilt bag is not going to last forever. So at some point that'll have to be replaced. But again, half the price of the Viair. And maybe there's something I can do about the gauge. Maybe I can just replace it with a better gauge, or maybe Smittybilt can do something about that. Eventually, the canvas bag here will have to be replaced, but still, I'm saving a ton of money off the competing air compressors, and it works. It absolutely works. It's fast. It airs up the tires very, very quickly. in comparison to other products. There you have it, a quick review of the Smittybilt 5 cubic foot per minute air compressor. I'll have links in the description so you can check that out and see if this is going to be the right air compressor for you to be airing up when you're on the road. This has been Kerry with Trail Traveler. Thanks for watching, everybody. Always appreciate the likes and the subscribes. Take care, be safe on the trails. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.